Hej alle sammen. Jeg sidder her med Matt Harnacke, som besøger Blue Horse i forbindelse med Dressurfestivalen. I kan sende mig en masse spørgsmål på Instagram, som vi stiller, og høre hans svar. And we're going to do it in English, so if anyone has problems with that, yeah.
Sorry. That's my fault. That's on me.
Yeah. So hi Matt.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. And you?
I'm good. I'm really enjoying being back here.
You like Denmark?
Yeah, I've been having so much great feedback since I did that YouTube video doing like the stable tour over here.
Yeah.
And wherever I go, big riders, at competitions, even when I meet regular people, even on the street, they're like, "Oh, I got the Blue Horse video. That was so cool." So it's nice to be back.
It's very good. Okay, cool. And I have these questions for the followers. So should we start?
We can get into it.
Cool.
I want like the nitty gritty of it. Don't hold back.
Okay. Okay. Then we're gonna start off with a really good one. How did you become so hot?
Oh.
It's here. It's not me.
I don't know. It's for me. I don't. It's like I don't know. I look in the mirror and I'm like, it's just mad. So for me, it's strange every day the work that I do, and for so long I was so. I mean, I still am, but I had huge like body image issues growing up, and so that really stopped me because I was offered a modeling deal when I was quite young, and I said no, and then at 17 I said yes to somebody else, somebody else, not just a person, but to another agency I said yes. And so kind of having gone through that journey of modeling and working with clothes and seeing your body and photos of yourself has really made me kind of accept who I am and how I am. So yeah, that's kind of that story, but yeah, there's no real answer to that.
No, it's a really good story though.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who's ever teased you about you riding?
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
It's been, I think, as a boy growing up and doing riding, I was the only person in my whole school, 1,000-something people that was riding, and the only one that was a boy riding also. And so I think there was a few people that made fun of that. I always had that kind of attitude in me that was like, I would retaliate. So I think a lot of people didn't say a lot.
You're scared.
Yeah, maybe they're like, oh, it's better not to. But definitely, I think, you always hear the odd comment or somebody saying something, but you just brush it off. But people always have something to say.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. But it's really good advice not to take it too close to heart.
Don't take it too close to heart, and if you don't have to take it either. If you want to say to someone, hey, that's not nice to say, and if you want to say another few peaceful words, you can. That's okay.
Important lesson.
You don't have to stick with it.
No.
Give it right back.
Some Italian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For how long have you been riding?
So I've been riding since I was 8. I started riding because I had a family friend. We had a family friend, and they owned a riding school. And so once my parents visited, they were like, "Oh, in the meantime, while we talk, would you guys like to have a lesson?" And we did, my brother and I. And then I just kept going ever since.
Cool. And what are your future plans with Chase Emporio?
Emporio, yeah.
Oh, I did it right then.
You did it.
There and maybe future horses.
And maybe a few more horses, yeah. So, okay, I have all my horses. I always say I want them to be happy. And myself. That's foremost the plan going into the future. With Chase, I'm taking a lot more laid back with him, and I'm focusing on doing some shows, some trick training, and just some fun at home. And with Emporio, I've got big dreams because he loves the work so much. I would like to eventually get to Grand Prix. That's such a big goal of mine, and he's showing a lot of potential as a 4-year-old now. And I think anybody can get to Grand Prix. That's what I like to believe. It's not rocket science at the end of the day. It's just about doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I think that if I follow the right path with the right people helping me, I can definitely get there. And I don't need to win at the Olympics. I don't have big competitive goals. I just have goals for myself and things that I would like to achieve.
Personal goals. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. And what are your best advice for any rider, really? That's a bit
Best
broad,
advice
isn't it?
for
We're
any
trying.
rider. Okay, I've got a good one.
Oh, okay.
I had to do a lot of interviews with riders for the FEI, and work on your people skills if you're a rider, because it is to get sponsorship deals, to get people involved in your story, to get people that care. You have to be a people person. You need to be a good communicator, and I think that will also help you with your horse. I think people need to develop people skills. It's so simple and it's so silly maybe, but you meet so many riders that cannot talk to camera, that cannot talk to you, that don't know how to communicate in a normal way outside of the horse world. And so I think, travel, socialize, do something else that will broaden yourself and your social skills.
That's really good advice. What do you think about the Danish accent when we speak English?
It's not that bad. I grew up with an Italian mom that spoke English, so that accent is butcher's life. It's so thick, and my dad's German, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah.
Thank you. What is the best thing you know about riding and why?
The best thing about riding for me specifically is that it's the only time that I'm 100% in the moment. I don't think of anything else, and it's kind of like that's what you practice with like meditation, for instance. And it's a huge part of self-care and looking after yourself is just being in tune with what you're doing at that moment. And that's what riding does for me automatically, and I really like that.
That's a good point. Is your stallion to be jumped? Are you, I don't know.
Jump, as in is he gonna jump a mare or a jumping a jump? What's he jumping?
Show jumping, I guess.
Oh, show jumping.
I think that's what it means.
No, I haven't jumped him yet, but I do have a video coming out soon that I'm gonna try and I'm gonna free jump him and see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have high hopes. But we'll see how it goes. But I don't have high hopes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does your weekly training look like with the horses?
My weekly training varies because for my job I travel a lot. So for Emporio, I try and ride him like about 3 times a week, maybe 4 if I feel like he's up to it. But you don't need to ride a 4-year-old that much. And I don't ride very long. I ride like 25 minutes, 30 minutes on him, and that's enough. Yeah. And if I'm not there, he goes in the aqua trainer. We're very lucky and I stay able to have one. So
no one else riding him?
No one else riding him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like with him, I don't know. I've got this thing that is like, he holds such a special place in my heart and he gives 110%, and I know that I don't take advantage of that. And it's just like, I have very good people around me, but I still don't trust. I mean, yes, I could. He can. But I wouldn't trust anybody else that isn't Jesse.
He's a special boy.
Yeah, he's a really special boy.
Do you have someone special in your life? Partner?
I think I have a lot of special people in my life.
You know what I mean. Don't do that.
I always say this. I think this is a very good tip for everybody at home as well. You don't put things out into the world that you're not prepared to be criticized on. And so I try and keep the things that, in general, not even just about this, but in general, I try and keep those things private because I know it affects me, and so then I don't put it out.
That's really good.
Yeah, because I try and be super honest with my life, and I try and put everything else out that I can take. But if I can't take the criticism on something, or the judgment, the talking, the everything, I'm like, well, I'm just not going to say it. Because if you show the wrong moments, or if you show the bad times, or the moments in training when things aren't going well, you do roll cut, you're a bad rider, you're a bad person, you're this, you're that. So all you're allowed to share is the perfections of your life. Because I want to show training videos of my horse and saying, I have one coming out next week, but of saying, look, he's struggling because he goes behind the vertical all the time because he's got a huge crest and a huge neck, and naturally he goes this, so we're trying different things, and you know, it's not terrible that a horse is behind the vertical. There's different places in training that can be accepted if you know what you're doing, but you can't talk like that on social media. You will get butchered.
Yeah, and I think it must be hard for you because you seem to really care about your horses.
Yeah, I care so much.
So
I
have
always,
that criticism.
and you know what? And then there's people going around with their horse's head in front of the vertical. The horse is not connected, and they're bouncing on its back, and it's hollow in the back, and it's doing 10 times the damage. But that's what I really try to do with my channels. I try and really educate people and bring them to an understanding of, oh, this is why this is happening.
But isn't that a good advice in general, not to criticize people that you don't know anything about?
No,
really?
you don't. I've never in my whole life left a hate comment.
No.
Ever.
Because it can really do some damage and hurt.
Yeah, and also apart from that, if you want to be selfish, I've got better stuff to do in my life. Like, you know, like, who has the time to sit there and like start being negative on other people? I don't care. Like, you know, if you want to do that, unless you're abusing a horse, and I'll outright like do something about it. Yeah. Like, I won't give you a hate comment. That's not going to do anything. But I'll go report you, or I'll go call someone, or talk to the FBI, or you know, you do something productive. But just leaving a hate comment, that's not going to help anyone. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Be good to one another.
Yeah, it's tough out there. We're all trying to be happy.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing our best, aren't we?
Yeah.
What do you work with in yourself when it comes to riding? What are you just weak size? Or
my weak size. That's a good point. I think I feel so blessed every day to be able to do so much, whether it's by having a voice or by even, I feel so privileged to have horses at home, to have my own home with stables. So I try and be appreciative of that, and that's something I need to work really hard, because sometimes life goes so fast and sometimes you can take things for granted, but I like to take a step back and really appreciate what I have, and then with that, never stop learning. So always challenge myself to go out and get lessons or get help where I need it, because you can get so complacent and then you kind of stay stagnant. And I'm the kind of person I always want to be not better, but I always want to progress.
That's a really good idea. And we can always be better when it comes to horses.
Yeah, for sure. You never stop learning with horses. That's the great thing. That's why it's a lifetime of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then on the same note, what are your best advice? Did I say that already? What are your best advice to riders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. Don't stress. You can cut this out.
Oh, posture while riding. What are your best advices for that?
Okay, I have this terrible habit of, because I'm very tall. So naturally, when you're very tall and you talk, I talk to someone, I talk down to them. And so I'm constantly in this position. And I find myself in this position a little bit too much when I ride. My back is kind of fine, but my head is always looking at my hands and looking down. And as a tall rider, I always remind myself to just look up, look where I'm going. Yeah. No. Simple but
effective.
Simple but it helps the direction. Otherwise I'm going to be like riding a dressage test and I have no idea where I am. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a thing that a lot of people asked about. How do you find time for all the different projects that you have while still being able to take care of your horses?
I have a really good group of people around me that can help me. For instance, my young horse Emporio, he's at a stable where he's in full care. So like if I leave, they can either put him in the approchator and they do everything as well. So I know that with him, he'll have some consistency, and at home we have a really great groom that works for us and she helps us out when we need it. And then yes, he also helps me out a lot if I'm traveling. Like now he's doing the horses at me. So yeah, it's just about having a really good group of people that you can trust, and I think trust is something that you can't buy trust.
No.
You can't, inquire for trust. It's something that you build, and if you find a few people you can trust in your life, even if it's just a few, you're very lucky.
It's really true,
Yeah.
but it's so important.
So
You're
important.
taking care of something you had so dear.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you're leaving. It's like my birth. It's like my fur baby.
It's your fur baby.
I'm leaving you with my
That's
fur
good.
baby,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, you have to trust you. Yeah.
But when you do ride, how many horses do you ride and for how long?
Thank God, I always said I don't want a big stable. I don't want to ride a lot of horses in my day. That's not what my day needs to look like.
No.
So I ride consistently Emporio,
Okay.
and then I've got a tiny miniature. Can't ride him.
That would look great though.
Yeah, that can't happen. And then I ride Chase on the odd occasion. So it's about, I would say, roughly one a day.
One a day?
Balancing between Emporio and Chase, but I am looking for another horse now because I do have time for one more young horse. Yeah.
And you have what, in general, three horses?
I've got 3 including the mini.
Including Mini, so
Yeah.
that's why you need another riding horse.
Yeah, so another riding horse just to balance the time because I don't want to push it too much with Emporio because he is young and I don't want to ride 5 or 6 times a week with a 4-year-old. I don't think that's right. Personally, for myself. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
It's
no
been a
problem at
pleasure.
all.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.